we present a framework for the interactive simulation of fluids coupled with rigid bodies that is well suited for heterogeneous distributed computing architectures. In particular, our approach targets interactive applications that combine high-end compute hardware located on a server and remote clients equipped with nominal computing resources, such as smartphones and laptops. Our framework is also mindful of overhead introduced by costly communication between the server and remote nodes. Our approach decomposes the simulation into two parts, global and local. The global simulation consists of a coarse grid that covers the entire scene, which includes rigid bodies interacting with the fluid. At this stage, we perform a stable fluid simulation with weak coupling between the fluid and rigid bodies. Furthermore, a larger than normal time step is used that allows the simulation to remain tractable. This reduces communication overhead. Then, flow field information from the coarse grid is transferred to smaller, independent refined grids. These also execute a solve that performs advection, divergence computations, and fluid-rigid coupling. However, the local simulation uses a higher resolution, albeit smaller grid and smaller time step that couples it with the rigid body sim. This allows the simulation to remain interactive and responsive on the local client. Several local simulation steps are performed on the local grids during this phase, but in parallel across all clients. Finally, updated flow field information is sent back to the global simulation and merged with data from the other local clients. Now let's take a look at some results obtained using our framework. Here we see an example where two fast-moving cars topple a stack of boxes. The scene is decomposed into multiple overlapping local grids and coupled through a coarse global grid encompassing the scene. In this example, a boat moves through a channel of buoys, while a propeller situated further away churns in the water. The buoys experience the effects of both the boat wake and the larger scale effects caused by the propeller. Here we directly compare the behavior produced by our adaptive solver to a global solver using a high-resolution grid. Our method produces plausible global behavior for fluid-rigid motions, yet maintains high-frequency details in the vicinity of dynamic objects. This dam break scene shows the ability of our method to handle many dynamic rigid objects in close proximity. Our method produces plausible high-frequency detail in adaptive regions, and there are no perceivable artifacts in the flow field at boundaries or global-local interfaces. Here we see the results produced by our adaptive multi-grid approach compared to global simulations using coarse and fine-scale grids. Here we see that blending information from several independent local grids produces a behavior that is similar to a reference simulation. Thanks for watching.